Because anybody can come out and say, hey, I want to fuck you.
Yeah.
If you can get there without
Not my
actually...
experience.
Brunch. Hit it, boys.
Football season, and I couldn't give one fucking dick if you use promo code this weekend because time is of the essence to talk about Taylor Swift. We're not fucking wasting any time. Not that that's a waste of time doing the reads because those are fucking awesome. Again, we don't have to do the reads. I'm just so good at them that we choose to. That's how we do the DraftKings thing. So play it with promo code brunch, and hopefully you'll do as well as Taylor did because Reputation is fucking awesome.
I think it's awesome. I'm wildly impressed.
I'm almost ready to tweet fucking Reputation better than 1989 and then delete Twitter anyway because I fucking hate you guys all so much. I only like 3 of you left on Twitter. I've fucking deteriorated so much on social media. My life is miserable. This album is so fucking good. We both arrived at the same conclusion pretty much immediately. Her trick with putting out a mediocre song first and then giving you the good shit, she just put out all mediocre songs first, and
3
then
of them.
The album was all the ones that how many?
3, right? Gorgeous, Look What You Made Me Do,
Ready for It,
and 4.
Yeah,
Okay,
4. And those are the first. Again, we haven't listened to it because it's not out yet. But I was texting with Feidelberg, who also hasn't listened to it, and he said the same thing. Like you texted me about it, like I tweeted about it. Feidelberg texted me about it. All same fucking thing. All these songs are better than all those songs.
Yes, absolutely. And I think there's a handful of people in the world, in the music industry, that can pull that move.
I love that
it's
you
just
did
that it's such a fucking diabolical move. My only choice is to respect it because she is, again, one of a handful of people that can pull that move where it's like, you are so hungry for my new shit that I'm going to give you the worst of what I've got. And you're going to fucking eat it up, and you're still going to buy my album. You're still going to listen to my album because everybody else in the world has to give you their best shit to convince you to listen to the album.
Or else you're gone.
Yeah. She gives you your worst shit, sets the bar really low, and then comes out with the rest of it, and everybody's like, holy fuck, didn't see this coming.
Like, even fucking Imagine Dragons, they're like borderline hit makers with what they had with their, I don't know if that was their first album, whatever, the only album that we know, the one with Radioactive. Mm-hmm. When they put out that follow-up album, they had to come with the lightning and the dun. They had to come with like a fucking
love that
jam.
song.
That's such a good song. If they came out with a fucking bad song, I'd be like, Imagine Dragons, done with you, or at least you're on my back burner, and you're running the risk of if I'm, because I'm always listening to shit, and I'm always like stuck on one album that I really like. So if you come out with something that doesn't grab my interest right away, you're fucking gone.
Right. You have, there's a really short leash unless you're a fucking megastar.
But she doesn't have to do that, and she didn't have to do it one song at a time. She would start with, like I said, one okay song, whatever. You're like, is this project going to be Taylor's best? Because this song isn't Taylor's best. Stinks. And then she fucking follows up with, like, I Knew You Were Trouble, or I forget what was the second one off of 1989, Blank Space. So like classic songs, and you're like, okay, you got me, I'm in.
Well, this time around, she just
did all of them.
Yeah,
were
she
bad.
doubled up with like a bunch of bad ones.
No, she quadrupled down, and the reason I fucking love the move is because it's November 10th now. We've lived through it. Yeah. As it's going on, you're like, this girl is a dick.
Right?
And the dummies at the fucking Ringer are writing things about, like, has Taylor fallen off?
Dead?
Whoa,
Yes.
whoa, yeah. I gotta say, credit to us. We said this was happening the whole fucking way. Like, again, like, you're prone to the irrational because you like Taylor Swift too much, but this is as level-headed fucking
like
Taylor takes as you get.
But that's like
podcast.
when somebody criticizes me for being like a Bruins fan, so I can't have fucking rational takes on the Bruins.
Right.
I love the Bruins. I love Taylor Swift.
Right.
I can recognize when they do something fucking bad.
You still think about it.
Yes.
Versus like
I'm an intelligent person who thinks rationally.
Yeah, I was getting fired up as I was listening and realizing that we were right. I was like, fuck, we are so important I'm not kidding. I don't read a lot of. Unfortunately, people send me Taylor Swift stuff because they're like that. That's what my fucking mentions are. Other like people calling me an asshole or people sending me stuff that like the Ringer has written and like, oh boy, you're not gonna like this, and I don't fucking like it because it's dumb. So much dumb shit is said about Taylor Swift, and people are just so prone to fucking losing their minds. I was talking to a Taylor Swift fan the other day, and she was saying like same thing we say, like just fucking keep a level head. Wait for the good stuff. It's coming. She's not gonna give you bad stuff.
All the way through, we said with each bad song, we said, all right, this is not her best.
Right, this isn't it.
But there's reason to keep your head up.
Right, like we didn't say, all right. The good songs were coming.
Yeah.
And as it was, you know what we were doing? We were taking pitches. We were fucking, it was the home run derby. We know that we're going to be fucking juicing.
We kept a good eye.
Yeah, we know we're going to have the kids out there fucking running around seeing the ball sail over their fucking heads. But we're not just going to fucking swing at anything.
The
just
money
because,
balls are coming.
Yes, and the fucking gold balls. Man, let's rattle off some of these gold balls. My favorite one.
Yes.
So I'll say the most important one is...
Wait, by the way, before we get into track by track, I want to say something that I thought of when we came up with this, because the album leaked. We didn't listen to it.
We didn't listen to it. Good on us.
Because we're very respectful.
Yes.
But I would say, if we did listen to it, I would feel better about listening to it now than I have in the past with previous leaks, because streaming services have made it a lot easier to do the disrespectful move of getting a leak of an album.
Yeah.
Because previously, artists rely on you to buy their shit.
Right.
And now nobody buys shit anymore. They just like listen on streaming services.
Yes.
So if you get a leak and you listen to a leak, it doesn't really do the artist that much damage other than listening to them like 24 hours before they want you to.
Well, my thing is, like, you just better be fucking good about it. I mean, it's a total honor system thing, but like, you better fucking go to concerts. You better buy merch.
Support them in any way you can if you like their work.
Because that's how they're gonna make. Right. That's how they're gonna make money anyway. I mean, you look at some of the numbers and the money that people make off streaming. It's fucking nothing.
But in years past, like John Mayer's had stuff leaked, and like I have too much respect for John Mayer to fucking get.
Well,
there
goes that money,
right?
Yeah.
And so I've waited until the day of to actually fucking buy the album. Now I don't have to do that.
Yeah.
But I do it anyway because I'm respectful. All right, let's get into this.
Okay, so the most important one is I'm sorry, let me pull up the track list, but the one with Sheeran in Future, because that was Endgame. It's the second song on the album, and that is the Everything's Gonna Be Alright song. And that's the first song you hear other than the one that you automatically heard before.
You automatically fucking skip Ready For It because you've already
I've
heard
also
that
got
shit.
a Ready For It take coming up.
But Endgame, I was very worried for like 20 seconds because it comes in and Taylor Swift is doing the old like...
Endgame is offensive.
How so?
I am dead serious. I think that song is that Taylor Swift is offensive on that song.
Why?
Like appropriating black culture.
Oh, okay,
like that.
She very much comes in like I'm here to rap.
Like her, like
a hip hop person.
Her drawl, the way she speaks, like that. Like it's
cringeworthy.
Yeah,
like in the first 20 seconds, I was like, oh fuck, are we really?
And
doing
Ready
this?
For It, like the clear in the throat, the rapping. That's like I kind of roll my eyes at that. And I don't think that's a very good song, but. What she does at the beginning of Endgame, I've listened to it twice, and the first time I was like, oh, this is going to take some getting used to. And on the second time, I was like, no, this isn't fucking okay. Like she'll get ripped for that.
You think so?
I think so, and I think it's deserved. I think it's a good song. I think that she's great aside from it, but just aside from straight up just jacking Drake and Kendrick's flow, like the way the da 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 like. You're a fucking white kid from fucking Pennsylvania, Taylor. Like, there has to be a line somewhere.
Yeah.
Obviously, black people will be a lot more offended than I am, but I kind of see that, and I think that's not okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think Endgame's a really good song. I liked it. It was a heater.
Yeah.
But it comes in, and it's a lot of cringe right off the bat. And when that's the first thing that you hear going into the album... It gets jacked up and amplified even more.
Right, but Future saves the day immediately.
And we've both established that we're not Future guys.
I think the Future is very overrated.
Okay, we've established that plenty of times in the past. He comes in fucking hot.
Yes, and I'm glad they have him go first. And Sheeran,
can you imagine going from the cringeworthy opening 20 seconds to Ed Sheeran, who kills it on the song, kills it on the song, but he does it like in his own. intonation.
So yes, exactly. And I mean, I'm not the fucking judge of this, but I just think, and it's just my own opinion, the way I hear it, the way some white people rap, it doesn't give me I don't think for a fucking second like they're trying to sound like a black person, or they're trying to do this, or they're
should be able
or
to
like
rap.
they're doing these stereotypes or whatever. But when Taylor does at the beginning of the song, I'm like, all right, I can imagine people will be offended by this.
Yeah,
but Sheeran, absolutely not, because Sheeran can rap.
He can rap, yeah.
Like Taylor,
this isn't a new thing for him either.
Right, and that's what. Yes, exactly. That's actually what made me love Ed Sheeran when I was on my UK battle rap kick. I was watching a really old video, and Ed Sheeran, who was not popular at the time, was a judge in it, and I thought that was really fucking cool. He was like, and he talked the same way they all do, like, yo, what up, it's your boy, Ed Sheeran. I gotta say, Shuffle T killed the first verse, Marlo kind of stepped on him a little bit, I'm going Marlo, like something like that. And I just thought that was really cool. But he's a gifted musician, he's a gifted rapper. Taylor Swift,
it's easier to swallow Ed Sheeran doing the rap thing too, because he's slowly gotten into that space. Like, he's covered rap songs.
Oh yeah, he's
worked with rappers.
Yeah, he raps on songs. He did the Hoodie Allen song. Great song.
And like he doesn't. It feels like he's never overstepped.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift, it's like she did the joking T-Pain thing. Then she worked with Kendrick once, and then she was like, okay, now I can rap.
Yeah.
So she forced herself into that space a little bit.
Yeah. But other than that, great song. Again, just especially it stood on the second listen, because with these things, especially with kind of top 40 pop albums, your first impression of something might be wrong. You might mix it up. You know, like when I was first listening to Call It What You Want.
Yes.
I was like, this could conceivably be the best of this batch of songs, the ones that were released before. And the more, like, once I got to the chorus, I was like, yeah, this isn't very good. And the more I listened to it, I was like, yeah, it's not great. But with that, with Endgame, the first time I listened to it, I was like, that was a little interesting that she's kind of biting Drake the way she is, and basically, like, I just don't like the stealing the voice thing. I don't like when Justin Bieber does it on the
Jamaican accent.
Yeah, when he did the, I am the one for you. Yeah. Like, if it's the fucking 60s and you're Paul McCartney doing oh-blah-dee, like, that's fine, because back then no one fucking told you, like, hey, actually the rules are you don't be racist when you make music. Like, that fucking gets grandfathered, and maybe it shouldn't, but it just does. Like, what is your excuse, Taylor? I almost said audio blackface, but like that's
that is a strong.
That would be overstepping it.
Okay,
but
good thing you didn't do that then.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that it's a little not great.
On this album, I
don't think it's done to be hurtful, by the way.
Okay, right, yeah. On this album, there's clearly intent for her to come off as like this sexy bad girl.
Yes, a lot of the sex talk.
Yes, it's all over this album, and it's not subtle.
Yeah, or a lot of it's just also like being naked talk.
Yeah, it's just like get me naked.
Yeah,
that song "Dress."
Yeah,
I bought this dress just so you could take it off.
Yeah,
which I mean, like, I don't
call it a night.
Good for her. I feel like there's a natural progression there for a lot of people.
Oh yeah, she had to either say fuck or talk about sex on this album. Yeah. One of the two.
So good for her. She pulled it off better than I expected her to. One of the sexiest songs on the album was "Don't Blame Me."
Yes, "Don't Blame Me." What did I don't have a note on that. It was on my computer.
My note on it is just sexy.
Yeah, very sexy song. But the sexiest song is "Delicate."
Delicate's a really good song. I like that.
Delicate just puts sex in your head. Like, she's not saying sex, 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 sex.
That's the best kind of sexy song.
Exactly. Totally. It's like how Royals is a hip-hop song. She's not rapping, but she's giving you she's assembling a hip-hop song in your head.
That's the stuff that I have the biggest appreciation for. When it's like, when somebody's like, I want to fuck you, but they don't come out and say it. They put it in your head by dancing around it,
right?
And like sending messages in a way, because anybody can come out and say, "Hey, I want to fuck you."
Yeah.
If you can get there without
not my experience.
Fair enough. But yeah, I mean, I really like that song. I also liked. Is it "So It Goes"?
Yes, "So It Goes" was very good.
Yeah, I fucking loved the line. You did a number on me. But who's counting?
Ooh.
That is an awesome line.
Math joke.
Especially when she follows it up with, you did a number on me, but who's counting? 1, 2, 3, and then it comes in with like a big explosion of music.
Speaking of big explosions of music, I got to my explosion of vomit out of my mouth when I heard, and this is not a knock on this song. I had the conversation with you.
I already
it with
gave
Spidelberg.
I'm so glad that I gave you my take on this before you came back with yours.
Right,
but you're correct.
Yes,
I
right.
you
No,
are
and
correct.
we agreed with everything that we said. Generally
Shocker.
with Taylor, we make the same point just in different ways. Like we get there different ways. What's it called? Getaway Car?
Yeah.
Getaway Car sounds more like a Bleachers song than any Bleachers song.
It's produced by Jack Antonoff, correct? Like,
Did you confirm that? It's got to be. And I'd be very interested
because you
right.
What was it? The Gorgeous
like was super Jack Antonoff, and it was Max Martin.
So this would be hilarious if we just went in on this for being so Jack Antonoff.
Well, that would speak to how problematic Jack Antonoff is. Then
he's infecting everybody else.
Yes, and he totally has.
But this Getaway Car has an awesome chorus. I think the chorus is awesome, but you are correct that it is the most Jack Antonoff thing ever.
Too many like big explosions, too many gang vocals, too many like, oh, I'm gonna run over here and bang this drum. Like
it sounds like a Bleacher song, but that's not inherently a bad thing.
No,
like, we've established that we like Bleachers
for off the bat for a reason.
Right, Bleachers has good stuff. This is a good Bleachers song.
But do you know what Bleachers is? Bleachers is I think I've sent you the clip before. It's in Arrested Development when Job is pitching his ideas to his new employer. And he's like, how about we do a gated community with only singles called Single City? And he's like, great. And then the narrator's like, but over the course of the week, Job did not come up with any more ideas. And every day it's him pitching that same exact idea. And he's like, what do we do with like the prudes? We don't let them in. I call it Swing City. And then eventually it gets to check your lease, man, because you're living in Fuck City. That's what Jack Antonoff is.
Yeah, he
had
goes
one
back
good
to the same
idea,
well,
and he has done it a million fucking times.
Right. But if this is the option that we need to, if these are the two options on the table, if we need to take Out of the Woods or a song like this, I'm taking a song like this.
It is Out of the Woods. It's the Out of the Woods of this album. I like it better than Out of the Woods because
maybe structurally, but like Out of the Woods is just like it has no substance. This song has some substance.
Out of the Woods is a non-single on a Bleachers album, and Getaway Car is a single on a Bleachers album.
Okay.
In fact, I think that if Taylor were trying to do her old trick of start with something mediocre and then do something that'll be more accessible to everybody, I thought that Getaway Car should have been the second single.
This would be the second one, and everybody would have lost their shit over it.
Right, and like again, like I don't love the song.
Getaway Car is 100% going to be a single off this album.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think it's. I would definitely place it in the bottom half of this album, but it's definitely single material, and that's
it's literally on the bottom half of this album.
Right, but like just like ranking tiers wise, I think it's one of the worst songs, but because of what pop music is right now and how much it's like Jack Antonoff, we've built up our immunity to Jack Antonoff that we're now kind of less annoyed. I'm more annoyed because I feel like I've heard the same thing over and over again. Like there's never any fucking thing new, but I like it. It's catchy.
For this podcast, we have both representations of kind of the people consuming music, because you break everything down structurally. I take everything at face value. I fucking love this song at face value. You're annoyed with it structurally because of what it is. It's going to be a smash hit.
Definitely.
Because it's just going to be one of those songs that the masses consume and just be like, this song fucking rocks.
And I'm not gonna turn it off when I'm gonna enjoy it. Right. But I just had my throw up from too much Jack Antonoff.
There was a weird thing that happened to us before actually listening to that song. We both got tagged in a tweet from what seemed to be a Twitter bot.
Yes.
It was an account that had no picture, a very weird long name, but it was...
This was its only tweet?
This was its only tweet. It tagged both of us in it.
Yeah.
And specifically mentioned the top 5 list.
This will be in your top 5.
Yeah, it specifically mentioned the top 5 list that we did for Taylor Swift last week or earlier this week, and it said, "Hey, you're gonna fucking love this song, Getaway Car."
Yeah, it'll be in your top 5.
It'll be in your top 5. Amazing chorus, unbelievable song. Like it was.
I honestly wonder.
It was constructed like a tweet that was designed to hype up the album.
Yeah, I still think it was a bot. I think it saw us tweet about top 5 Taylor Swift song, and they said this will be one of your top 5.
So is that like a Taylor Swift?
Because I got tagged in a bunch of tweets like that from like one tweet only saying like, I'm listening to a leak of, and it's same with that. It said, I'm listening to a leak. Like, I got a leak of the Taylor Swift of Reputation, and man, wait until you hear this, this, and this.
Yeah. So do you think it's a concerted effort on behalf of like
it's
Taylor
like a
Swift's
Russian
people
thing?
Or a
No,
campaign?
this is like a bad guys people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what I think.
A bad guys people is just like campaigning to get people to listen to Taylor Swift?
Yeah, dude, people, you know that like terrorists communicate via Britney Spears Instagram posts.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, they comment. But
this is even like communicating back and forth. This is literally just people.
But maybe there's something in that tweet that's a communication.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's something bad.
bizarre.
Like there's something fishy there. But I'm glad you mentioned the top 5 list because
Does anything on this album make it into your top 5?
No. But I was distraught. Not yet. It's way too fucking early.
Way too soon.
I was distraught, disappointed, upset. It was kind of a you think you know a guy moment. Maybe you were just fired up. Maybe you were heated. Maybe you were dug in. Lord knows I do that. You said after the top 5 list came out that I Knew You Were Trouble was garbage. You said like it is literally. You said it stinks out loud. That's that. It's just it's a very upsettingly wrong take. But this is what I was thinking of. This is what I realized as I was listening, and I was like, "Oh, Pete's gonna get so mad when he hears this." I Knew You Were Trouble might be Taylor Swift's most important song ever because this fucking album, definitely this album, and a lot of 1989 does not happen without I Knew You Were Trouble. That was what made Taylor be like, I'm going to start doing some electro-pop shit. And now she's so fucking far along down that path. That was her first step. It was such an important song for her.
I don't necessarily disagree with you. But
so I'm saying without that song, you don't have this shit.
Okay, but that doesn't necessarily make it a good song. There's a difference between being a good song and an important song.
Well, it's both. Like
I'm still gonna say that it's not a good song. I don't like that song.
Oh man,
it's not a good song. I will maybe concede that it's important. Which
it has
is fine.
It has a terrible verse, but it's intentional.
It was a necessary evil, I guess.
Sets up that pre-chorus.
You thought you were gonna have me like really backed in and cowering in a corner with that take, but I think it's fine. I mean, it's fine if that's an important song. It doesn't mean I have to like it.
I'm not saying that you have to like it. I'm saying that this.
It could have been a big step in Taylor Swift's career, but there's a reason why that song isn't.
Do you like new? I'm saying like so. This is a better way of putting it. If you really like new Taylor, it's because of.
Okay, I can respect the take that I have to give credit to I Knew You Were Trouble for getting her where she is.
Yeah.
But I don't have to give credit to I Knew You Were Trouble for being a good song.
Yeah, you do. I don't have an issue with the last song on it, New Year's Day, but I kind of do.
Classic Deej.
The last 2 albums, she tries in certain spots to be Sarah Bareilles, and it's so like transparent. And this song is basically every Sarah Bareilles move she has in her arsenal, and it just doesn't all go together. For a final song on an album, I need it to be amazing, and I think that I'm not going to re-listen to this song
How many final songs on albums, though, are amazing?
So many.
I mean, there's a good number, but I don't feel like... What was the last song in 1989?
What's it called?
I always get confused with that because of the bonus tracks.
Was it Clean?
It might have been Clean.
Yeah.
Which I didn't love Clean.
Right.
But I think I'm going to give myself a pat on the back because I was definitely correct about what's the fucking name of that song?
Call It What You Want.
Call It What You Want, because everybody was kind of low on that song. Well, not really. People were excited about that song because it was the best of the 4 that she'd put out, or like the most classic of the 4 that she put out. But you were down on it because it wasn't big. It lacked a big chorus or whatever. But it is a really good end of the album song.
I think
in context, it belongs where it is.
Yes, definitely. But I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing. Like you're saying that it's album filler.
It's not going to knock your socks off. It's a very easy, enjoyable listen towards the end of an album when you expect things to fall off.
It needs to have not necessarily a lull, but like it needs to kind of dip down. And with Taylor Swift albums, it usually kind of gets softer more than anthemic, where a lot of albums kind of go the other way.
I think people's biggest issue with it was that it was a single, a pre-release single, and they expected more out of it, and it just lacked the peaks that you would want from a single like that.
Well, not even from a single, from any song. Like that's like the most dead. So, and you can have a song that's just a voice and a piano, and it's still way bigger than what that is. That just, the needle doesn't move during that song.
It should have gone somewhere, whether up or down.
Yeah,
and it doesn't do anything.
I'm still not turning that song off, though. I don't think that this. I don't think that this album has a bad song. Like I think
Look What You Made Me Do is a bad song.
No, I think that I was texting somebody about it, and they said there is not a bad song. They said officially 0 bad songs. I said agree. Gorgeous, Call It What You Want, Ready for It are the lowlights, but none of them are bad songs. Gorgeous might be a bad song.
Gorgeous, I think, is a pretty bad song. Also, This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things is a really bad song on that album.
I forget it already, but I didn't.
You might not have listened to it because, 1, the album hasn't come out yet.
Okay.
And 2, if we had gotten a leak, it might have been forgotten in the email.
Oh, so maybe had I listened, I wouldn't have even heard it.
Right, exactly. And if once it had been forgotten, maybe we would have gotten a second email giving us that forgotten song.
Oh, okay. So, well, that would be nice of that person.
It's a bad song. You didn't miss much. If you
worse
wouldn't
than
have missed much.
Worse than the 3 that I just said.
Yeah, I think
and do you agree that that's probably the bottom half? I know that you also put "Look What You Made Me Do" in there.
Well, I think "Look What You Made Me Do" is a bad song in the same way that that "Shake It Off" is a bad song.
Yeah, exactly. And like Getaway Car is a bad song in how ridiculous it is, but it's just so, like, everything about it's catchy. I don't have a major problem with it. Also, Ready for It is a lot better of a song in context.
When it opens the album.
Yes. Like, or just now that I've heard the other songs, maybe it's like once I've heard Endgame and hearing her do that shit, that I'm like, okay, not at all problematic that she's rapping. It doesn't make me as uncomfortable as it did on the.
I also love
listens.
it in the context of, like, it's called "Ready for It" and it has the ellipsis at the beginning.
Yeah,
and it's like it's because it's such a switch up for Taylor Swift. So for her to open like a very different album with a song like that that's titled "Are You Ready for It?" and then it comes in with like a really, really big different sound.
Yeah,
it's cool. I think it's a cool song.
Yeah. Okay, we'll do for sure way more Taylor probably Monday because this shit's not going to end. But those are our initial thoughts. Let's hit some reviews right quick. Lola McFly says, Grade A, top choice podcast. If you're looking for a description of this podcast, you won't get one from me because I really can't tell you. But what I can say is the bad boys make me wish my 12-minute drive to work was longer, and my greatest victory is knowing DJ approves of my favorite movies. Speaking of movies, I still can't believe that Pete has yet to bask in the glory of Guy Patterson and his shades. Anyways, everybody should listen to this podcast if only to hear DJ and Pete confirm that Colin Jost is, in fact, a weatherman. Good review. It is. I think you were close recently to. You saw me watching that thing you do on a plane, and you were like, and I could tell that genuinely you were like, man, I'm gonna watch that soon. Like I can't wait to actually watch it.
I haven't actually. If I were to ever come across it, like on a streaming service or something like that, I would watch it. I just haven't been presented with the opportunity.
I've probably got the DVD somewhere.
Okay.
I can toss it to you.
Not me, or me, bad at titles. Good at Listening to Brunch by Not Steve Harrington. As someone who currently has no idea what she's doing with her life, listening to Pete and DJ give the hottest takes around gives me the motivation to get through the week. On a lighter note, I really relate to how excited you guys get about Portillo's. Oh, Portillo's
So
the best. Anyway, keep it up because you guys are the best, and my Mondays and Fridays would be much less interesting without brunch in them. Thank you very much. Not Steve Harrington. That's a bummer that you're not Steve Harrington.
Yeah,
everybody
that sucks.
wishes they could be.
I wish you were Steve Harrington. Steve Harrington's band is playing in Boston tonight, but he's not there. I don't know if he's not in the band anymore or something, but that would stink going to see those guys. Yeah,
why would anybody go see
fucking
a band
point in doing
without
that?
Steve Harrington?
Yeah, sounds terrible.
If you want to leave us a review, go to listentobrunch.com/review. Or if you want to subscribe to this podcast that you're listening to right now, if you're not subscribed for some reason, go to listentobrunch.com/subscribe.
Guess what I did today?
You J.O.'d.
Well, that's... I don't... No. I played that out. I legitimately knew right off the bat that the answer to that was no. I had a doctor's appointment, and
that's right.
I was reminded that there is no... Like, I'm not the best at many things. I'm the best at a few things, but I am the fucking best at doctor's appointments. Like, especially, like, I got a couple tests done.
Okay.
That is I realize, like, that is my fucking wheelhouse in life. Having to spend just, like, very little time with somebody, and they're going to be friendly to me anyway, and I can very easily make their day. I think I shine in that moment like fucking nobody else can.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean... That's all of your relationships, basically. Your best relationships are the ones that you know are going to last like a minute and a half to 3 minutes, and that you have nothing to lose.
Yeah, it's just like, but for some, I'm 1,000 times funnier. I'm thinking of shit.
You
that
go
just,
for it, and you don't overthink it because you know that relationship is going to expire very quickly. It's a throwaway relationship.
It's like I used to be more of I would travel a lot for work. I felt that I was a lot more social when I would be on the road than, like, if I were hanging out in a bar in a city where I don't live, I was a way cooler guy than if I'm hanging out at a bar in Boston, because I'm like, fuck, I have to see all you guys. But yeah, man, I had to do you know what a barium swallow is?
No.
I've had to do them before. It's gross. It's they give you this cup. It's the heaviest.
Met a guy named Barium.
Cool. It's like the heaviest cup in the world, and it's this shit. It's so fucking thick, and they have you drink it, and they take pictures of like your insides while you're drinking it to see if something's, because this was for a throat thing. So they need to look at my throat and see, like, I don't know if there's like some holes or something. Maybe like the barium like squirts out or something. They're like, oh, you got now the barium's in your fucking ear or something. I don't know. So that is so gross. It tastes very bad. Okay. And then they just like have you drink a bunch of different things, and they're taking all these pictures. And at the end, the doctor, as he was kind of like, he was taking the X-ray thing, the thick thing that you wear, you know?
Yeah.
He was taking that off, and he said, to go cup. And right off the top of it was like, it took I said, no, I'm driving. Fuck, the bodies of the technicians are still on the fucking floor in there. That joke fucking killed. It was there were 3 people in there, and they all fucking died. They're fucking like getting an after work drink because of me right now, just to talk about that fucking guy.
Did you pull a Costanza and just immediately walk out?
I walked out. They were like, "Oh, you also have to drink this." I was like, "No, I'm driving. You heard it. Bye."
That is I think it's
that was one of like 6 funny things I did though.
But I do think that it's a little sad that like the things that you're best at are the disposable things in life, like the things that
I've known that for a while.
Only matter for like 3 minutes.
I've gotten used to that. Yeah, and like the longer you know me, the more I'm going to deteriorate in front of you. So
trust me, I know.
Yes,
it's happened.
Yeah.
Another thing that I wanted to hit on, there was new Chromeo that came out this week.
Yeah, what'd you think?
I liked it.
Okay.
I can already tell that your face is
good, not great.
I thought it was good.
So that was typical Chromeo.
Yeah, it's for sure typical
Chromeo. Not quite good enough. That's kind of always. I love them because I like what they do, but they've always been not quite good enough. They have like 5 or 6 really, really good songs, and a lot of the other ones are like that, where part of the chorus is really cool, and then none of the rest of the song is interesting.
Yeah, the chorus is very cool, but in between is just like
They're a
it could be better.
huge need to work with co-writers band.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
if they worked with like Max
Because-
Martin could do for them what he did for The Weeknd. Like
Okay.
you got some cool stuff. You're
Like
clearly a cool
they
artist.
can put together a song that fucking bumps and has a great chorus.
Yeah.
but they need to work on the filler stuff.
Yeah, I think that Jealous and Old 45s are the only two songs of theirs that
That, like,
just
blow my
go
dick
from
off.
beginning
Yeah.
to end and never
All
fucking...
45s is fucking unbelievable.
Yeah, that's one
but
of my favorites.
I will put this as a good Chromeo song, and not just a good enough. I will put it as a good Chromeo song.
Yeah. What do you have for songs this week?
I'm going to add Juice by Chromeo. I'm going to add
Nice.
it. I'm going to also add the world's best American band by White Reaper.
By White Reaper?
Yes,
Yeah,
I saw
they're
Scott,
awesome.
Scott McLaughlin share that song today.
Yeah.
I guess they're playing in Boston
There, I
tonight.
did not know that, and I'm very upset about it.
Yeah, they're playing in Boston tonight. I listened to that song. That's the only my only exposure to them. I've heard that one song. I didn't check out anything
They have a
else.
song called Judy Finch that's big, and
Okay.
it's awesome. And Alex Daddario is in the music video.
Oh,
Yes.
good for them. My buddy Jim also shared a song today by Pup, and Finn Wolfhard's in the video.
Oh,
And it's
really?
a very sad video, but I think it's cool that Finn Wolfhard is also like just a cool kid who's working with Pup.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So I'm going to add World's Best American Band by White Reaper, and then I'm going to add Getaway Car by Taylor Swift.
Oh, that's the one that you
Yep.
add? That's...
Dude, I mean, I'm telling you.
Is that your favorite song on the album?
It is right now.
Oh.
I'm very basic.
That's good. Like,
I accept my basicness, and that is probably
please,
one of my favorite songs
yeah,
on the album right
you're
now.
preaching to the choir. You don't have to apologize for fucking being basic to me. I am going to add Delicate by Taylor Swift.
Okay.
And I am going to add All About It by Hootie Allen featuring Ed Sheeran. If for some reason you guys haven't heard Ed Sheeran rap, listen to that song. It's a good one.
Go with in case you guys hadn't heard of Ed Sheeran, he's coming up.
Watch out.
You should get on that radar.
Watch out. And also, the new Wolfpack album, Mr. Finish Line, came out this week, and I love it. It's just great. It's called Baby I Don't Know Oh, Baby I Don't Know Oh, and it's originally by Ryan Lerman, who was, do you know Pomplamoose?
Pomplamoose?
Yeah,
No, I don't know.
they were the guy and the girl. They would do this. They would do songs, but they were videos, and the videos were them recording the songs. And they did commercials for. They did Christmas commercials for something, and they had really annoying commercials,
Okay.
but they're good. But Ryan
Okay.
Lerman was kind of part of
Probably did like a
this.
fucking Toyota commercial.
They
or
did,
something.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Were they in the cars?
Yes,
Okay,
and they would
yeah.
they were like chasing each, or
Yeah,
they were
okay,
playing
yeah. I
around. They
remember
were
those,
cutesy.
yeah.
Natalie Dawn is the girl's name, and Jack Conte is the guy. So they kind of started that trend, and then Ben Folds got in on it. And there's this guy Ryan Lerman. He had a song called "Baby I Don't Know What I'm Gonna Do With You," I think. And Wolfpack recorded it. This was like years ago, like 5 years ago. Like wasn't popular or anything, but Wolfpack just wanted to do a cool rendition of it, and they made it like that, like Donny Hathaway's version of "Jealous Guy." It's also like "Fire in the Hole" by Steely Dan, and you'll know when you listen what I'm talking about, like the kind of way that the song drives. So this version of that song is terrific, and the guy who sings on it, a guy named Charles Jones, the vocal runs that guy can do, he's just unparalleled. He's really creative. It's a really, really good song. So I'm going to add that, and I think, that's 3 songs.
Good for you. You can count.
Yeah. One. What did you say?
One. Oh, you did a number on me, but who's counting?
And you can count on me
To
waiting
meet
for you
in the
parking lot.
Kevin Spacey was supposed to be in All the Money in the World, which is a Ridley Scott. I think Ridley Scott is doing that movie, but it's about J. Paul Getty.
Yes,
believe
I
that's
forget
his
what
name.
it's about,
He's
but
like an oil tycoon. His son-in-law or nephew-in-law gets fucking kidnapped, and he's supposed to pay the ransom. And Mark Wahlberg's in it, and shockingly, he plays a hero.
So then I guess. No, I don't know if that would have been problematic. I was going to say the hero was that movie being scrapped because now we don't have to see that Mark Wahlberg role.
Well, the movie wasn't scrapped. They replaced.
Oh yeah, they reshot. Yeah,
which
sorry.
That is a wild level of
get the fuck away from me.
Right, exactly.
Of distancing.
They were finished with the movie. I'd seen the preview for this movie in theaters. Kevin Spacey looks all sorts of fucked up. He plays like a really old guy. He doesn't look anything like Kevin Spacey. So they went through a lot of work to get Kevin Spacey into this movie.
Yeah.
Like, he was for sure the guy that they wanted to play J. Paul Getty.
Oh, yeah.
And once you go to that length to pull a guy out of your movie, you fucking know that he's all done.
Yeah.
And speaking of all done, and speaking of sick beats, Louis C.K. is a sick bastard who's beating off in front of women, which that's kind of old news at this point because that shit has been going around for a long time, but it was finally confirmed, which it's really disappointing, even though it's not shocking.
Yeah.
I'm very disappointed because I've loved Louis C.K. for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what else can be said. I mean, if everyone should have read the New York Times story, everyone should have gone back and looked at the Gawker story from 2015. I mean, I don't know what fucking else to say other than
it's just
that's
so
fucking
creepy.
Gross, and it's
it comes out that like
the hits just keep coming basically.
Well,
that all these fucking powerful guys are the worst people in the world.
It's wild for this one because it is exactly what everybody said it was for the longest time about Louis C.K.
Yeah.
That he literally just like drops his pants and jerks off in front of unsuspecting women.
So fucking weird.
It's so strange. I don't understand it, but like that is literally.
Why didn't he come out and control the message?
Because what is he going to control?
I mean, I get
when it's true, and like literally the rumors are exactly on point to the point where Gawker posted like those rumors 2 or 3 years ago, and had it down to the exact detail
really close,
of where it was.
Yeah,
and it was like two comedians. He asked him to go back to his hotel room for like a nightcap.
Yeah,
and he just immediately just started jerking off in front of him. They had the exact city that it happened in.
Yeah,
and.
Well, there were discrepancies. There were some discrepancies between the two stories, but it was
very close.
It was that like maybe I don't know if it's some things the New York Times couldn't get confirmed or whatever, but what I thinking is he's gonna have to address this at some point, and I don't know if it helps him at all to be like, hey, there are these rumors about me. I've done this. It's disgusting, blah, blah, and start fucking begging for forgiveness that you're not going to get. But
he for sure had time to
he had years to do it.
I guess. Well, not even that. He had time upon
this
knowing
week.
upon knowing that the New York Times was working on something, because everybody knew the New York Times was working on something. He had a movie premiere which was canceled this week before the New York Times thing dropped. He was pulled from Colbert before the New York Times thing dropped.
But that was all today.
Right, but everybody was talking about it. He obviously knows what they have on him, and they probably reached out for comment.
They did.
Okay, so he knew what exactly that they had.
Well, no, not if they reached out to him, if they want to talk to him about it and he declined, then he doesn't know what they have.
They don't say, hey,
if they say we want to talk about these allegations, then he probably needs to, in his mind, and this was the Gawker story, the guy who emailed him and said, hey, you assaulted two people I know, and he called him because he just wanted to find out what he knew. Like, according to the New York Times, he didn't do that. He could have, but he didn't.
Yeah, but once you have the film premiere canceled and you're pulled from Colbert, and it's still like a little bit of time before the New York Times article comes out, you can't formulate a statement in like a couple of hours.
I know.
To be like, hey, yeah, I did this. It was fucked up. Maybe he was doing that, and he didn't have enough time to get it out. But he had time.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't care about him. He's a creep. It's just
I think this one for me is like what Kevin Spacey is to you, because you fucking love Kevin Spacey, and you could tell.
Nothing will be bigger than Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby broke my heart. I think Bill Cosby just like made me depressed about celebrities forever. So like honestly, when Kevin Spacey came out, I was like, oh fucking god. And then when Louis C.K. came out, I'm like, what? Just
at this point, like,
just get rid of them all.
Right. At this point, can you really be shocked by anything? That
No
comes
more
out?
male
Because
celebrities. Just
none of them.
they're all done. It's like the steroid era. Just like I'm just assuming now that you're all just fucking creeps. You're just all done. No more. That's why I only listen to Haim.